We are here at the Color Blends House and Spring Garden in Bridgeport, Connecticut. This is a old mansion that was bought by the Color Blends Wholesale Flower Bulb Company. In my previous life in landscaping, we used to buy like a lot of landscaping bulbs from this company. They're based in Bridgeport. The owner, Tim, is really cool. Some of you have actually been here before, and some of you as freshmen. Just know that I plan to take you one day, or Miss Standard, to this place as a field trip. It's really awesome. We're close to the zoo. We did the field trip last year and it was a really great day. So this garden, the owner actually bought it a couple years ago, and what he wanted was about a half-acre lot in a good neighborhood that didn't have deer and had lots of sun, where he could kind of create like a living catalog of a lot of his different bulbs. So bulbs are hands down my favorite plant, and there's three main types. There's daffodils, there's tulips, and then there's crocuses. Crocuses are done. They bloom first, so they don't get to zoom in. But what they do is they actually they sell all these different mixes of daffodil and tulip bulbs, and then they actually plant them here so they can take pictures of them for their catalog. So there's all sorts of different types, and the last time we were here on a field trip with Miss Standard, there's actually some like magazine from I think it was like Missouri, just like doing like a professional photo shoot of it. So in this garden, they've actually planted about 75,000 bulbs. And if you've ever heard, if you're really into this, look at this pinkster. It's my hand. It's like they're almost like candy. They're just like almost look like they're fake or made out of glass. They planted 75,000 bulbs here. If you've ever heard of the Keukenhof Gardens in the Netherlands, it's a really famous, world famous bulb garden. They've planted 7 million bulbs. If you ever get the chance to go there or study abroad in college, I highly recommend it. I've never actually been myself, but it's one of my top things that I want to do. So they have here definitely different types of tulips. So there's like a succession of bulbs, and the first ones to come up in the springtime are crocuses. Then come the daffodils. You can see a lot of them blooming over here. And then lastly are the tulips. You can see they're still kind of budding up. When I was a commercial landscaping manager, there's this company that owned a lot of real estate in downtown Stamford, and they were really difficult to get along with. I won't say the name of the company, but everything was, they're just difficult about everything. And so, and then the company I was working for was like, oh, Owen's really good at dealing with clients, so we'll have him deal with these terrible people. And one of the things that they complained about was the fact that the daffodils bloomed before the tulips, and they wanted me to spray something that would make them bloom at the same time, which was just outrageous. And then I'd have a different property manager, and then he would quit or he'd get fired, and then a new guy would come in and he would say, can't you spray the tulips and the daffodil bulbs so they can bloom at the same time? And I just go like, oh my god, here we go again. But they have all sorts of composting things here. The owner's dad actually started the company. I think they're of Dutch descent, and they have all these cool little things that they have in here. So tulips and daffodil bulbs, where are they actually native to? The answer is Turkey and kind of Central Asia, and they've actually kind of bred them to have lots of characteristics. So you see these smaller ones here, they are kind of more like the native variety that you find in Kazakhstan, eastern Turkey, and then over time they've actually bred them to have white daffodils, all these crazy tulips that you see. And then most importantly in the back, you'll see I have the parent species of grape hyacinth at my house, but look at that. These hyacinths coming up, a walkway just like that. Really kind of awesome. In the back here, we have kind of these trial daffodils, and daffodils in particular. Look at this one, Banana Splash. They really look pretty amazing. This one's called Apricot Wind. It's like a double bloom. but there's just something about bulbs that's just like, it's the first thing to come out after a long winter, and they're just totally awesome. So in this assignment, I wanted to tell you a couple things. Number one, can you plant daffodil or tulip bulbs in the spring and have them bloom? The answer is no. You have to plant all bulbs in the fall because they need to actually freeze over the winter time, and then they come up in the spring. There's two main types that get planted. Number one are the the tulips, like over there, but deer love to eat them, and squirrels love to dig them up and eat the bulbs. They're almost like candy to these animals. The other type that is more suitable for you guys would be the daffodils. And the deer can't eat them because they're actually mildly poisonous. So the squirrels leave them alone. Daffodils will also multiply as time goes on. And tulips will not multiply. If you plant 100 tulips one year, the next spring they'll all come up. And then the next spring after that, probably only 50 or 60 will come up. So they're almost treated like an annual. You plant them at like a sign. So what I want you to do, this is your assignment. Assignment number one was watching this video about here. Hopefully you get to come check this place out yourself. It's almost in peak. There's just so much color everywhere. Your assignment is to go on colorblends.com. colorblends.com. Again, that's colorblends.com. I want you to look at the daffodil and the tulip section and select one variety of each that you would think would look really good. If you want, and if mom and dad are cool with it, you can actually order them, and they'll mail them to you in October, even if you pay for them now. So I want you to pick a variety of each. I want you to email it to me, why you chose it, and that will be your assignment. If you actually order them, I'll give you extra credit, because bulbs are just the best. They're just so bright, and it's like they're almost fake. And with that, I'm signing off here. If you get the chance to come, it is open, and we hope you're all doing well. All right, and this is actually my house. So I have a lot of different types of daffodils here, and I also have these grape hyacinths. This is actually the parent species. The true grape hyacinth is the slider purple that goes all the way down, but the bottom of this has like a darker purple, which is pretty cool. This is my perennial garden. This is starting to come up and needs some work done to it. But I just love daffodils, and I have all these different types. This one's called Fun House. It's supposed to be a really what's the word I'm looking for? Like, it smells really good. It's really fragrant, but it's just been a really cold, terrible spring for these. And what you're seeing here is probably only half of what I had, because my kids usually end up picking a lot of them. And we picked a lot for the cemeteries for over Easter time. But I just wanted to sign off by showing you what I had, and I hope that you will take me up on my offer to actually order some of your own from Color Blends. And when the time is right this fall, they will actually ship them out to you. And it's pretty cool. They come in like a yellow nylon bag. And when the time's right, it's usually like the first or second week in October, they'll ship them out. You'll get them in the mail, and there'll be time to actually plant them about 3 to 4 inches up to 6 inches deep. And then the following spring, you'll have this. And it's really kind of great. There's my pistachio ones too. So in mine, looking around, I need some big yellow and white ones, like a Carlton or King Alfred. So that's probably what I'm going to do. I'm going to put little flags where I don't see any, so I don't dig up the bulbs later in this fall. And we'll be seeing you soon. Thank you.
Go.
All right, well, I hope you enjoyed our virtual field trip to the Color Blends display garden. So again, your assignment is to go on your phone or computer and go to colorblends.com. Then you're going to scroll down to either tulips or daffodils. I love daffodils. Remember, the deer don't eat them. You're going to click on daffodils. You're going to wait for it to load. And then you're going to click all daffodils. And you're going to scroll through all the different varieties that they have. Look, there's white ones, there's yellow with a white throat, There's yellow ones. You're gonna go through and you're gonna pick one. Like Casada, I like Casada a lot. It's a nice double one, but Casada is gonna be expensive because it's such a nice daffodil. And you are going to look at this. It tells you when it blooms, early, how much per bulb. If you buy 25 to 75, it's 84 cents each. And then you're just gonna tell me how much it is, and just take a screenshot of it and email it to me and say why you picked that one. Got it? Thanks everyone.